Hey guys, Lynn Marie here, your quitting evangelist, and we're here with this week's Quit of the Week. Now, this is very timely for me, as this week's Quit of the Week is quit feeling you have to do all of the things. And this one especially goes out to my entrepreneur friends out there. Now, those of you who are starting your own business or are working for a startup or who are trying to do your own hustle in some way, maybe a side hustle, maybe a whole new artistic gig that you're embarking on, you have probably heard so much advice from so many different sources, all of which are probably very well-meaning. But if you're at all like me, you may get to a point where you're like, I have just been told 30,000 different things to do to get my business off the ground. I have been told to have this sales funnel and this landing page and this email thing, and then I've got the podcast and I should probably make that into a YouTube channel, and then I should repurpose all those YouTubes to go onto Instagram and then do Instagram stories, and oh my gosh, the list goes on and on and on and on, right? And I'm sure that those are all very good ways to get new clients to coach, or to get possible places to do some speaking, or to work with more people just to destigmatize quitting everywhere. There is much value in all of those individually. But again, I am just one person, and a lot of us, as we're called, which is kind of a cheesy name, but whatever, solopreneurs, do not yet have a giant team. We're just starting off, and it's hard to do all of the things, if not impossible. And I am very guarded with my time, and I tell people I work generally from, don't laugh at me, but whatever, I try to work from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. In the morning, I do a very elaborate morning routine, which is essentially just to care for myself so that I can go ahead and hustle the rest of the day and still do the job where I see patients and all the above. We could whittle that down. We'll talk about that later. But regardless, I'd like to stop working by about 6. And I have found myself, now I'm up to 10 something, still working, because the minute an email comes in, I've got to get to that, because I've got to do these 40 things and get the YouTube right and get the tags and all these. And so just today, I met with my friend Eugene Kim, and he is a branding, marketing, business guru. And it's the second time we've met just to discuss my business flow, what I'm doing. And the first time we met, I was telling him, okay, I put out a podcast episode, and then as soon as I put it out, then I send out an email to my email group telling them about the podcast. I mean, my email, my newsletter, my list of people I have, there's a name for it that by the way, my brain is so fried, I can't even remember. But the people who have signed up to get emails from me, they probably have also already subscribed to the podcast. Do they need an email every week telling them, yep, just like last week, another episode is out of the podcast? What is the return for how much time I was investing in that? But that was what I saw other podcasters do. And it's a great tactic, but those other podcasters probably have a team that does it for them. And I don't have a team. And at that point he said, look, Lynn Marie, you don't need to do that. Your list is very small, and your podcast is just getting started. And the people who care enough to be on your list probably already listen and subscribe. If it's taking you an hour a week or 2 hours a week to get that email set up and get it out, that's definitely not worth your while. And he was like, at this point, just start getting your message out. Stop thinking about all those things that other people have told you about the sales funnel and this and that. Because yes, those are all very important, but they will all come at the right time. If I was trying to do all that before I even had a podcast that anybody was listening to, or before I had a book, or before I had a speaker reel or whatever, that would have been a lot of work to get people to do what? Come listen to 2 episodes of Quit Happens? At that point, it was just very early on. At this point, I have a lot more things that I can offer. So if I were to do that kind of thing, it would make more sense now. But back in the day when everybody threw all their ideas at me, I was so overwhelmed. So this is the quit of the week, is quit thinking you have to do every great sales or marketing idea or PR that any person has ever suggested to you. Because they definitely probably all work, but there's only so much of you and your resources and your mental space to go around. I have to pick which of these. This is what Eugene was stressing to me today. He's like, look at what your end goal, what you want your end goal to be. Which of those are actually making you progress towards your end goal? And which of the other ones are just movement? Yes, you're doing a bunch of things. Are they getting you anywhere? Yes, you've got this YouTube channel that now looks great and it's got the links and the tags and the whatever. Is that driving more people to your podcast or getting you more book sales or coaching clients or speaking gigs? Like, it's hard to know these things, unless you've got, again, a team that can help you analyze them. But he's like, look at, your core thing is being authentic with people and meeting them and sharing your message. So go out and just meet people and share your message, Don't worry about hiring another few $1,000 PR person to get you on some more TV shows. And my friend Dominic said the same thing. Hi, Dominic. That, if you want to reach people and get your message out, just start getting your message out. And don't worry about these 4,000 other things. They will come in time. Something will come around that's like, okay, now it's a great opportunity to do this social media marketing here, to do this funnel sales thing here, to send out this email here. That will all have its place. But I think a lot of us, when we're starting our new thing, we look at what other people have done before us. And some people have done all those things and they've been very successful. They might have had a team, or they might have had some more resources when they started. You can't compare yourself to somebody else's journey. I think it was Jay Shetty who, and I'm going to butcher this, but it was like, don't compare your, second chapter to somebody else's 48th chapter of their book, right? So look at where you are in your own entrepreneurial journey. Again, this one is mostly going out to my entrepreneurial friends, but this could apply in other areas of life, maybe in fitness. If somebody's like, okay, you should do HIIT training and then do fasted cardio and then lift some heavy weights and then do kettlebells and then run a marathon. Yeah, those are all individually fine ideas, but you should not think you have to do all of them to be a fit person. You'd definitely be a fit person by doing a whole lot fewer of them, and you'll probably be a very unfit, unhealthy person if you try to do all of them at the same time. So take a look at where this might apply to your life. Is it in fitness? Is it in eating? Okay, that the paleo diet's healthy, but so is the keto diet, but so is the autoimmune diet. If you do all those diets at once, you will be eating air. So do not think you always have to take everybody's advice and try all of the things. Try what things are going to, as my friend Eugene said, make actual progress and get you moving forward. And it may be a trial and error to figure out what those things are. It's not like you wake up one day knowing those things, or else from the beginning you would have just done those things. But, if you've tried dipping your toe into a few things and think like, okay, what was the actual return from that? Okay, I tried this diet, didn't necessarily see any benefits. All right, maybe we scrap that one and try the next one after a while. Or I'm doing HIIT and I'm doing fasted cardio and I'm seeing some results. Okay, great. Don't add a marathon on top of that. Like, go with what's working for you right now. So that is this week's Quit of the Week. A little question I have for you guys is, if these quits of the week were broadcast as a second episode every week on Quit Happens, would you like that? Because some of you may or may not find these on Facebook. So if you don't happen to see them on Facebook, would you enjoy hearing them in podcasty form? So if you could weigh in on that, amazing. Otherwise, if you want to join Quitopia, you know where to find it. It is the humble home on the Facebook for all things strategic quitting, where we have more of this type of discussion. And if you are in San Diego, my book release party is this Friday at the Soul Flow Studio on El Cajon. It's at El Cajon in Illinois. You can't miss it, right by the 805 on El Cajon in North Park. If you need the actual address, please let me know. It is from 7 to 9. Come by. There will be Boochcraft. There will be pumpkin spice snacks. There will be me signing books, but mostly just come by and say hi. You don't have to even eat the snacks or the Boochcraft or buy a book. Just say hello. I would love to see your face and give you a big hug for all the support over these past few years of quitting extravaganza. Anyway, oh, hi, mestre. That's a cool surprise from Brazil. Bom dia, mestre. Tudo bem, imbecile? Anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and until next week, happy quitting.